Mr. Speaker, members, this amendment simply ensures that any course offered by this bill must discuss the 3/5 compromise of the United States Constitution. The 3/5 compromise is the language that only counts Black Americans as 3/5 of a person for the purpose of determining direct taxation and representation in Congress. Members, if we are going to talk about our history, we need to talk about all of it. This amendment ensures that we are not only going to discuss the parts of history that are pleasant, but we are also going to discuss the parts of history that are unpleasant. I move adoption. It doesn't. You strike writings. We struck it.
Chair recognizes Representative Bell to speak against the amendment.
On the previous amendment that I adopted allows for the State Board of Education to determine the principles of this class, and worked with Representative Jarvis to put that language together. I'm sorry, Jarvis Johnson to put that together.
Representative Canales, for what purpose?
The gentleman yield.
Does the gentleman yield?
Yes, sir.
The gentleman yields for questions.
So I've watched the amendments that you're accepting, and I've watched the nature of the bill, and this is by no means to speak against the bill or the amendment. I want to talk to you about the amendment and others that might be like it. What the representative is trying to do is include some of the things. We've got our founding documents that I believe with you that we should be teaching our children. But there are also founding documents that are amended and or changed. How those founding documents are read and interpreted. So what the representative here is doing is she's asking you to accept an amendment on something that altered and or changed how we interpreted the founding documents. For instance, I do not see anything about the Emancipation Proclamation in these founding documents. However, that changed the way the entire United States functioned under the founding documents. And my question then is, Representative, are you not willing to take other documents that are founding principles of the United States that changed how those founding documents worked?
Sure. This includes the constitutional amendments because it includes the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, the Federalist Papers. All those documents would be discussed as American history as they are today, Chairman.
I don't mean to be crass, but or try to. I don't think you answered my question. I don't see any amendments that resemble Representative Crockett's, kind of like the Emancipation Proclamation, which completely altered the way we did things in the United States to a fundamental level. And would those be considered a founding document? To me, they are. To me, that's a founding document. That's a document that changed the way we interpreted those rules, that we interpreted the Constitution, that we interpreted the Bill of Rights. Why are we not including that? And would you be willing to take that amendment?
Absolutely, as far as the amendments to the Constitution. That is part of our history. I'm not trying to rewrite it, Mr. Canales.
No.
Matter of fact, this particular amendment strikes the founding documents out of this bill.
I'm not necessarily opposed to what you're saying.
Right.
I keep reiterating my question. Let me make it more clear. I agree with what you're doing. I agree with the founding documents. I agree that all children need to learn these. It is the core of who we are. But there are events and documents that should be considered founding documents that are not included in your list that alter the way this country is operated. And so once again, would you be willing to take an amendment similar to the amendment before us that says the Emancipation Proclamation would be a founding document?
This is a minimum list. As I said, I am agreeable to all the amendments to the Constitution.
Do you
this
agree?
Is a minimum requirement, and I took Representative Johnson's amendment to let the SBOE put this together so that we would standardize
okay, so
this
for legislative
across,
intent,
just as we do for the history that's taught in every independent school district in this state.
For legislative intent, would you agree with me then, Representative, that the Emancipation Proclamation is a founding document?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.